Howdy, everybody. Kentucky Ranger and Mama.
Howdy.
And Sissy.
Hello.
And today we are going to get back into the cooking thing for the holiday season. So let's Cherie take it away.
I'm going to be making a traditional Dutch recipe that I used to make years ago. It's called Hutspot. And there's actually H-U-T-S-P-O, let's see, H-U-T-S-P-O-T-S, I think is how you spell it.
Okay.
But I'll tell you more about it in the kitchen. There's actually a lot of history that goes to this recipe a lot of people don't know about. But it's really good, it's really simple. I like simple. So we'll see you in the kitchen in a minute.
Alrighty. Any more about the history? You're gonna
I'm gonna wait till I get in the kitchen.
Alright, well.
Good luck.
Good luck. Good luck. Thanks, Mama. This don't sound good. Cut scene to the kitchen. Here we are in the kitchen.
Here we are. I've prepared a lot of this stuff to save some time because I had to peel and quarter 6 large potatoes and 8 large carrots. And then I had to peel and dice 3 yellow onions. So I did all of that before the camera so I wouldn't waste as much time. But anyway, in the Netherlands and a lot of European countries, there's a lot of rich history in those areas. Well, my first husband, Anton Speeders, and his family were born in Rotterdam, Holland. And my mother-in-law, Lena Speeders, and her husband, Lena was born in 1903, and actually her husband was born a few years after that. But she had survived World War I and almost starved to death during those times, and told me about how they had to live on dandelion greens. And
You mean World War II?
No, World War I.
Wow.
And
that would be, because it was...
Yeah, she was born 1903.
Oh, good Lord.
So her and her family survived.
She endured both wars.
Yeah, and her and her family survived through World War I. Well, then here come World War II. Well, by the time that World War II come by, she had her oldest son. I can't remember his name. I wasn't around him as much because he died before Anton and I got married. But she had him like in late 20s, I believe.
Yeah.
And then Lena, her daughter, was born in the 30s, probably about around 1934. So when World War II come around, she had 2 children, plus, her husband, and her mother apparently was with them. And they all survived World War II and almost starved to death. Well, her mother, Lena's mother, Anton's grandmother, died of starvation about a week before the war ended. Ooh. So it was really a sad story. Well, Lena and her son, actually in the 40s, they shipped him to the United States to Utah because he had asthma real bad.
Mm-hmm.
And they needed a drier climate. And so, of course, the family missed him and everything. And he already had an uncle that was in Utah. So in 1950, Lena and her daughter Lena and Anton and Anton's dad John, they all moved to the United States in 1950 when Anton was, 48. He'd only been a few years old. I think he might have been maybe 5.
Yeah.
So anyway, so they stayed in Utah them years. So Anton and I married in 1879, and they taught me a lot about the Dutch history and everything. And Lena taught me how to cook a lot of things. She taught me how to cook O'Shea, which is a beef meal.
Right.
And she taught me how to make oliebollen, which is a Dutch donut that they eat around New Year's.
Yeah, we'll be doing that one soon.
And oh yeah, they're good. And she taught me how to make Hutspot. Hutspot, a rough translation of Hutspot, is shaken pot. But anyway, when we had the last Mondays with Mom and we did the Yum Box, that Yum Box comes with those papers.
Right.
And I had never looked on the back of it when we got done. And Mama,
so this is a recipe off of the
yeah, Mama's the one that
Universal
found it.
Yums?
She looked on the back of that and she found this Hutspot recipe, and I said, "You're kidding me." I used to make Hutspot for years, but now I never followed a recipe. I just did what my mother-in-law told me to do and just kind of guessed at it. But this has actually got a recipe.
Yeah, show the camera.
So we're going to show.
Yeah, that was actually from the. Oops, getting shiny there. Oh, so it pays to read the little booklet that comes with the Universal Yum.
I'll have to go back and look some of the rest of those books.
Yeah, that's
pretty cool.
You know, Snack Crate didn't have that.
So it's a traditional Dutch recipe, and I never knew this, but I Googled it the other day, even before I read this.
Yeah.
And this has got a really long, interesting history about this dish, and it actually gives a little bit of the history on here, so I'm going to read it. It's really neat.
Okay.
After looking at your light, I'm blind.
Oh, it's okay.
Hold on a minute. Okay, I'm getting my sight back.
Sorry.
Okay, the mashed vegetable medley is one of the Netherlands' most famous dishes, especially in the fall when it's eaten during the Drie October, the annual feast to celebrate the 1574 Dutch victory over Spain in the 80 Years' War, which also inspired the Pilgrims' Thanksgiving feast. According to legend, Spanish soldiers left the potato and carrot dish behind as they were fleeing the Dutch attack. During World War II, the dish became a symbol of freedom because of its orange color, as well as locals' ability to grow the ingredients underground and hidden from view. Enjoy this traditional Hutspot recipe as a meal on its own or alongside your Thanksgiving turkey.
Wow, cool.
And then another thing I also read is years and years ago, they actually had substituted potatoes with parsnips. Apparently parsnips are easy to get. So anyway, what I've done is I'm going to follow this recipe.
Right.
I have peeled and quartered 6 large potatoes and added 2 cups of, actually a little bit more than 2 cups of water. The recipe called for 2 cups, but I put just a little bit more than 2 cups of water in there. And then also I have peeled and quartered 8 large carrots, and I peeled and diced 3 yellow onions, and I just put them in this bowl together. And we're going to add this. Like I said, when I used to make this, I didn't follow a recipe, but I thought that was pretty neat that there's an actual recipe for this. Now, when you look at this, it doesn't look like there's enough water, but basically what you're going to do is it's mostly steaming it. So on top of this mixture, you just want to add, now the recipe actually calls for 1 pound chunk of smoked bacon, but I always did just use these strips of bacon. Yeah, it's easier to get.
Any kind of bacon.
Yeah.
I guess it would be whatever kind of flavor you're looking for. It don't necessarily have to be smoked bacon.
So you just want to put the bacon over top of all of this.
Okay, so when you put the carrots and stuff and the onion, you don't mix it together, you just layer it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because when this is done, all of this should be soft and mashable, because you're going to mash all this together when you're done.
Okay. Oh, it smells so good in here. It's going to smell even better when this starts cooking. So everybody in the pool, the whole pound.
Yep.
You had me at bacon, sis.
So what I'm going to do is put this on high until I get the water to boil, and we'll cover this. And then when it starts boiling, I'll lower the temperature so I won't burn it. But what this actually takes, the actual ingredients, is 6 large potatoes peeled and quartered, 8 large carrots peeled and quartered, 3 yellow onions diced, 1 pound chunk of smoked bacon or the bacon strips, 2 cups of water, maybe a little more if you need it.
Right.
And 2 tablespoons of butter and 1 teaspoon of salt. So the salt and the butter is going to go in when this is done. And
you want to... Yeah, because I was going to say you didn't add any butter or anything. So
yeah.
That goes in later.
You place the potatoes in a large pot and cover with 2 cups of water. Add carrots and onions, then place the bacon on top. Cover and cook 35 minutes until vegetables are soft. Then you remove the bacon and set it aside. Then you mash the potatoes, carrots, and onions together, then stir in the butter and salt. For a smoother texture, you can add spoonfuls of cooking liquid gradually. Then you slice the bacon into thin pieces and serve on top of the Hutspot.
So we shall see you guys
We will be back.
30 minutes. So is it going to be 30 minutes?
About 35. I'll check it.
35?
You can, when you're cooking it, just keep your eye on it because it, depends on your altitude and elevation and stuff. So
roughly half hour.
Yeah. Just make sure everything's soft enough that you can use a potato
they can mash
masher.
It, right. Mm-hmm. All right, we'll see you all back here in 30 minutes. Bye.
A few moments later.
All right, the magic of editing. We are back in the kitchen.
Okay, this has been boiling for about 35 minutes, right at it, and I brought it
smells so good.
I brought it to a full boil on high, and then I turned it down to about a medium heat.
Right.
And I kept it covered. So I've turned the heat off, and you want to remove the bacon. And I'm going to set this aside because before I put this back on in there, I'm going to cut this bacon into pieces. I might get Mama to do that while I'm doing the rest of this.
There you go. Mama, get in here.
I need your help.
She wants you to cut the bacon. Not the cheese, the bacon.
Is there any way you could somehow cut
Mama
it
to the rescue.
Yeah, here's a knife.
I don't know, I'll use scissors.
Hey, there you go. Use some scissors.
It's hot, so be careful.
Yeah.
Anyway, while she's doing that, I'm going to take this and drain it into a colander. Can they see that?
Oh, yeah, do that. Oh, it smells good. Get an action cam view. Steamy goodness.
In small pieces or big pieces?
Don't matter. Don't have to be any particular size.
Okay.
Get in there and see Mama slicing the bacon.
Oops, am I in the way?
That's all right. Mama's custom bacon cut utensil.
Nothing like scissors.
Let me get this plate so I can keep this from dripping on the floor under this colander.
Do you shake it or anything? Or
Yeah, I shook it to
Okay,
get the excess water off of it.
I was busy watching Mama.
Yeah, I just don't want this to
Cut the
drip
bacon.
on my way over here.
Put that pot.
Put it back in the pot.
Yeah.
Okay, now you want to add, I'm just going to use a regular tablespoon. You want to add 2 tablespoons of either butter or margarine. I already had margarine, so I'm just going to use it to that. You add your salt and your butter. When it's done, you start to mash it. I'm just going to salt it to taste. Some people like more salt than others. Some people, certain
Probably in
diets.
a pot like that, what, maybe a teaspoon?
Yeah.
We'll call it a teaspoon.
So you just want to start mashing all this up real good. I like Mama's potato masher. It's got them little holes. It ain't like one of them older.
It's holy. Oh, you mean the bent wire kind?
Yeah, it takes longer to mash stuff up with those. I've got one, but I like this one better.
Did you see the wooden one?
I don't think I've ever seen a wooden potato masher.
Yeah. Anyway, you want to make sure that that's all mashed real good together. The onions, the potatoes, and the carrots.
Go over here, Mama. Cutting the bacon. Cut that bacon. What do you think, Junebug? What do you think? She said, I'm ready.
I love
I'm
bacon.
ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready.
You can see how orange that is. When they talked about the, what was it, the
Orange color.
yeah, the orange, let's see. It was a symbol of freedom.
Yes. There's a picture of what theirs is looking like. See what ours looks like. It's getting there. I'm so hungry. And the smell of that, the smell of the bacon. Oops. Mama's getting carried away with the bacon slice.
I think what I'm going to do, I'm just going to have her to put the bacon. I mean, you can either put it in your individual servings like they did here.
Yeah.
They did that for a picture.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to have her to put it back in this pot. So anyway, when you get done.
Save a little bit and let's make one to look pretty like theirs.
Oh, okay. Well, let me get a
For the
little
cover
plate.
photo or the thumbnail or whatever you
Yes.
call it.
Paper plate.
I guess I'll just use a paper plate. My fancy china.
There you go.
I think I got all.
There you go. And splooge it out. Just like the picture.
What he's doing, Cherie, is he's making me fixing down a plate.
No, I need it. I need it for what you call it?
Thumbnail.
Thumbnail for the video.
Oh.
I want it
you're
nice
gonna
and
eat
pretty
it
fried.
after.
Well, yeah, I want to eat it after. Lord, what do you think? No, Junebug's gonna get it. That's Junebug's. That's Junebug. Look at that.
Okay, there we go. I don't know if you want me to
Okay.
hold it or.
Just lay it on the stove there. That way I'll have a. Oh, there's moisture on there. That looks weird. You got a paper towel?
Oh.
Yeah, there's. I mean, I'm sure this is water. It just looks weird. Oh, I'm strange.
There we go.
There. Now, look at that. That looks good. That's a good thumbnail right there. Looks pretty close.
Oh, ouch.
Uh-oh.
There's my finger.
Mama down, mama down. That looks pretty similar. Okay,
Yeah, sure
so now
enough.
she's just add it in.
I'm just going to mix it up together. You can have that one. Here, let me add some more. And you can add some more
Yes.
salt and pepper to that if you want.
Give me a fork. Let me try it.
That's clean
Jeez.
fork. Yep.
All right. Get some bacon. Get some bacon and some stuff. Look at that. Steamy goodness. Hope it ain't gonna burn me. Oh.
See that?
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Is it salty enough?
Oh yeah, it's perfect. Oh, that's so good.
So that is a traditional Dutch Hutspot.
That is so good.
And you can Google the extended history of it. It's really interesting to read.
Well, get closer, Mama.
But I want to keep that recipe.
Oh yeah.
Well, no, I mean
Yeah, I
I'm
want to
trying
keep
to get
that.
both of you all into the.
I want
There
to
you
keep
go.
that recipe. But yeah,
Yeah,
love.
we need to look at the booklets because apparently we've been missing recipes in there.
I've got to go back. We've kept all the booklets.
Yeah.
I'll have to go back and look.
I forget where I put them. I thought I had them.
They're in the book. I saw them in the bookshelf
Oh,
back
okay.
there.
When?
About a week or so ago.
Talk, but I can't find them now.
That's okay. We'll find them.
Yeah.
Anyhow, hope y'all enjoy this recipe. You got to try it. It's so easy and oh, it's so good.
It is good. I made this for years, but I didn't follow a recipe. I just did what my mother-in-law told me to do and throwed it all in a pot.
That's cool. From now on, we're going to look for the recipes. Do the recipes out of the snack. I keep calling it snack crate. I'm sorry, Universal Yums.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
not
gonna.
snack crate.
And we'll go back and see if I can find some more recipes, because I love European food anyway. And most European food has a rich history behind it.
Yeah, it does.
I'm sure American food does too, but
wherever those were from,
all the different
I'm
countries.
sure has a recipe of it.
Except for that universal yum that was really nasty. I don't know if we want to cook anything from that country.
no.
What was it? The
Philippines?
Philippines?
I'm
or
sorry
something?
if you all lived there.
Yeah.
It was just maybe
Everything was an acquired taste. It wasn't. No, I can't say it wasn't horrible, because there was a couple of things in there. It's like, oh my god.
Yeah, it's pretty
But
bad.
anyhow, so we'll see you all on the next Mondays with Mom, and we're getting into the springing, or how you put it, not springing. I don't know what you call it. We're getting hot and heavy into the holiday season. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I've got the turkey already.
December
turkey.
here already.
yeah, December's right on our doorstep.
Yep.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Well, it'll be December when they see this.
Yeah.
Yeah, Monday was what? December's
Tomorrow's Saturday.
Third?
Second or
Sunday,
third,
Monday,
something
yeah,
like that.
something
third.
like that. I think it's the 3rd.
The 3rd, yeah.
Okay. So now the secret's out. Once again, we do this ahead of time.
Well, naturally.
Anyhow, God bless everybody, and we're going to eat this before it gets cold. I'm hungry. Jukebox says I'm hungry too. But I didn't call her Peanut this time.
No.
Anyhow, God bless everybody. Take care, and we'll see y'all next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.